Good morning. Moose. Moose medicine. I wonder what that's about. No clue. Guess we'll find out at the end. Let's get one from the fairies too. Just one. Thank you. Gloomy. Why? He kind of came reversed. One more. The rar. One more. Fairies of the future. Fairies of the future. Okay. You know, we're going to put it together at the end. We're going to put all of the messages together. Don't let Toad shuffle it. Every day I'm shuffling. No, I almost feel like with Gloominous Doom coming in reverse that we might be coming out of that. Someone that has been dealing with a lot of the doomies and the gloomies. The sad squirrel just came out. This is funny too. You know, happy squirrels from The Simpsons. I love that they put it in this deck. But this is usually about like hoarding and not sharing, I think. Let me see. Sad squirrel. Hands off my nuts. That's the sour stance of the sad squirrel. What's mine is mine. This is no cute, cuddly creature. Are you as defensive about things as this unhappy chappy? Just look how sad his whole world is because he won't share. Ask yourself, why does it always rain on me? Why not share the wealth and spread the love? You'll be happier if you do. I did see the Three of Pentacles too. We'll see if that comes back out. That's about sharing, giving, Could be getting some sixes today. I wonder what Moose is about. We're just gonna have to wait and find out at the end. Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Toad, and I'm here with your daily transmission from the Toad realm. Sad Squirrel, first card, and Luminous Doom. And we have Moose. Okay, messages, guidance, advice for today, please, spirits. These ones back. We just have the Two of Swords. He's coming reversed. Perhaps we're coming out of the stalemate. Someone might be coming out of some sort of avoidance. I love that they put the Ace of Cups on this card. He is really smart, this man, whoever he made this, the Mystical Melodies guy. Hi, I'll tag you. Because he's usually blocking his heart. A lot of the times. Because why? Because the Three of Swords is usually the one with the 3 swords in the heart. And that's what he's doing. He's protecting his heart. He doesn't want to lose something, so he doesn't want to see. But I think we're taking the blindfolds off today. Someone's seeing how much they've been. This could be like hermit energy. You know? I did just see the hermit come out. The sun. Yes, someone's seeing something clearly. They're allowing in the truth and the light. Someone's walking through the dark. Someone's leaving something behind. Someone's leaving their old ways behind. They want to get to their sun. They want to get to the clarity. They're allowing the light in. We're breaking the cycle. Someone's breaking their cycles. Someone's breaking their habits. And they're walking away. They're choosing to see. They're choosing to step into the unknown of the future. Take a risk. Please clarify the Two of Swords. I got the Six of Swords. Someone's leaving something or someone behind. Someone's walking away or sailing away. They're tired of waiting. Someone may be tired of waiting for something to pay off. You know, could be. That's a card of waiting. Yeah, someone's just been in the dark too long. Temperance with the Two of Swords. Three of Cups with the Sun. The Lovers. The Lovers with the Eight of Cups. The Moon. These need to be upright, guys. We have my Minor Arcana Moon card and my Major and the Moon card. We also have the Sun, which comes right after the Moon. You know what we need. Before we get to the Moon, we need to acquire the faith at the level of the star in order to get through this challenge. Because this is always a very big challenge. But it's to get here. Someone knows that they've been avoiding facing their fears. So they've been blocking that, right? But I think they're letting something go because we see Temperance here with that. So 2 to the 3, right? We allow the 3 in. That Three of Swords. Kind of like death. The Empress and death, 3 and 13, right? It's when we allow in the truth, right? But we let something go. Once we let it go, then in an instant, once we truly release, in an instant, we find we're protected. This is what I was saying yesterday with my hand toadism, right? What remains? This is what remains after we surrender with death. Okay. We have another 3. This is really nice. So with the 3 of Cups, it's a card of celebration, of enjoyment. It's reunions and stuff like that, because it goes the 2, right? The 2 of Cups, and then the 3. So this could be taking something to the next level, you know? This can have to do with, like, okay, I just got a message for very, very, very select few, because I see the Queen of Cups here. There's someone out there who has wanted to have kids, but has been afraid to have children, and they want to have children now. They're ready to set off into the dark in order to have that. I don't know why they're afraid of it, but yeah, it's a big choice. I mean, obviously it is scary. I do know a friend of mine who also has type 1 diabetes, like me, and that is like, it makes it really scary to have children. So this might be for her, but it could be anyone, right? Someone's realized, there's also someone out there who realizes that they want children. Like they're just realizing that now. They've been avoiding it for some reason. There's that. There's also just love, reunion. There's a lot about community here as well. I'm feeling like someone's been closing themselves off, like with the sad squirrel, right? Closing themselves off from community, from their friends. They need more celebration, more joy. These cards together, like this is beautiful. These could both be celebrations of pregnancy. So again, that is not for everyone. I pick up on lots of messages in here. You know that. So congratulations if that's you. There could be a party or something today, some sort of gathering, reunion. Okay. Like I said, there's lots of messages here. You're going to have to figure out which parts are for you and which parts are for the others. Okay, what's the 8 of Cups about? 3 of Swords. Please clarify the 8 of Cups and the Lovers. 5 of Pentacles and the Empress. I think that there's an Empress character. There's someone who identifies as a divine feminine who she's realizing that she has like abandonment issues and scarcity mindset in certain things. Okay. It probably has to do with love. It could have to do with money. Someone could be walking away from a job so they can go after something else because they just don't love their job. Someone else feels left out in the cold and is tired of feeling abandoned by someone, by like a person, you know, like it could be a friend or a lover or something. There's like a lack of love, right? Someone's not showing some love, so they out. That could be. Please clarify again. They out. You have to value yourself. Yeah, someone knows their power. Someone really knows their power now and is realizing they can do whatever they want. So sometimes this is having to walk away from someone or something, a job, a friend, a family member, a lover. Sometimes it's just, you know, sometimes it's walking away from a job, a way of life, okay? But this is just facing your fears. And the Lovers reversed also relates to the 2 of Swords reversed, because it's both like standing at the crossroads and realizing that they haven't been moving forward. There's just a decision or, you know, something that they've been avoiding doing, right? But now someone has the power. So this can look like a lot of things. But there is definitely an Empress who's, you know, again, gonna be different for everyone. Please clarify. Happy Squirrel. Happy Squirrel's coming in reverse, though. There is an Empress who is walking away from someone who's been in like gloomous doom, who's just been bummed, you know, a little too bummed. The Happy Squirrel. Oh, is that bad? I'm wearing my Lisa shirt. I didn't even realize it. Lisa's the one who went to the tarot reader in one of my favorite episodes, and she pulls the Happy Squirrel. First they pull the Death card, and she's like, oh God. The Happy Squirrel is vague and mysterious. The cards are vague and mysterious. So, yeah, I mean, for it's just someone who hasn't been giving. Someone who hasn't been sharing. Someone who hasn't been giving enough, I think, with the squirrels there, you know? Oh, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. Someone wasn't giving. That's literally what this is about. Someone was being breadcrumbed, you know? It was not balanced. Something is not balanced here, and they're realizing that. That's what this person, whoever this is taking the blindfold off and is really seeing now. Someone is really seeing things from a different perspective. Could be the Empress, could be like a female. Or, you know, they know what they want. This person knows what they want. It doesn't have to be an empress. It could be an emperor that's walking away as well, you know. But they want commitment. They want stability. They want the traditional path. And that they just weren't getting that there. So they're looking for more balance in their life. Anything else I can say about that? Yeah, and with the fairies of the future, I think that's what that card is about. The world, Queen of Wands. Well, that's annoying. I don't like that the world is reversed for some reason. Is there a bird in that tree? There's one of the little birdies. What? It's not over? It's not over till the fat lady sings? What needs to be done? All right, we have the Queen of Wands, so there's the Empress character again. We have the torchbearers in the house. What about her? What about the world reversed? King of Swords. Three of Wands. The thing is with Temperance. This is annoying now. King of Swords knows what he wants. Please clarify. Moving so slow. Yeah, I think the Queen of Wands just really knows what she wants now. I got the Hangman. Yeah, I've been really feeling that Hangman. Someone is flipping their perspective. This is also a card of waiting, you know, suspending action. But I think that someone is really like seeing something from a different perspective now. After getting like the topsy-turvets, that sort of thing. She's got more confidence now. He or she, right? This person is really being her queen. She knows her power. She knows she's a leader. She knows she's sexy. She knows she's creative. She knows she can get whatever she wants. She knows she's the magician, right? She knows that if she wants commitment, if she wants it all, that she can have it. She knows that she deserves to get what she wants. She knows that she deserves to get what she deserves. She knows she's not getting what she deserves. And she wants more contentment. She is content. So she's peacing out, I guess. Hangman. Please clarify. Yeah, I think someone was acting really cold, you know, unemotional maybe. There could be a king. There could be an air sign involved or a water sign. Not enough love. I think that's what it is. Why did I just get the Four of Wands? The Emperor. What about him? I just put the Four of Wands back because I didn't want to look at it. We have the Emperor and the Empress. What about the Emperor? What's he doing? Thought we were just talking about the Empress today and how she's peacing out. Four of Swords. Calm mind. Whoa. Page of Cups. Two of Cups. Let me get a different deck. This is annoying. Again, I do see another situation. There is someone, too. There's an Empress who realizes that there was someone in a third party. Like maybe someone that she thought was her divine masculine, or maybe someone was in a third party and like, you know, and so she's like, I want to be chosen. So that's for some too. Yeah. Regretfully, or just like kind of bummed about sailing away, but moving into calmer waters of the mind. There's something that has been too much of a mental conflict that someone's leaving. See? No more stalemate. Please clarify the Emperor. How's he doing? Let in the light. Okay, well, I think I know what the message of this fucking reading is pretty clearly. Pretty clearly. Someone wants more and they're walking away. There's the King of Wands. Why do we have to have the King and the Queen of Wands and the Emperor and the Empress, yet someone's walking away? It's too much unclear. They're seeing that clearly now. This person is a divine masculine. Oh my god. And they are divine counterparts. This is fucking annoying. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem with these two. It's just such a push-pull energy. You know? So it could be fire signs, don't have to be. There's the Ace of Pentacles again. Yeah, there's potential for something stable. There's potential for great wealth, great material success, you know? Well, but we have to set out into the dark to do it, though. It might feel like a painful ending, you know, but all right, I mean, these partnerships, these connections, this is the way it is with them. Like, there is so much potential, but it requires doing all of this fucking hard work where we have to confront our darkness. We have to confront everything that stands in the way from us and our dreams. It's like, it's really fucking hard. In order to come together, this is why it's like the primary split, why it's almost like the final test. There needs to be communication about this. You know, it's gonna, the work that they must do when you're in this sort of thing, the work that you have to do is all on yourself, you know? It becomes a matter of unifying these energies. There's something usually that, okay, well, what about the Emperor? Can we let's just see, what's the Emperor doing? What's the King of Wands up to today? The Fool. All right, he's freeing himself. He's freeing himself from the burden. We're dropping the weight. It's too much. And that's the thing. And that's why usually like it's usually why it doesn't work out with the divine counterparts. And why it's so hard. It's very, very hard. King and the Queen of Cups keep coming out too. Like, there's so much love. There's the King and the Queen of Swords. You have the King and the Queen of Swords. It's like, I can't say anything about it. Oh my God. Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. Like, the truth. The thing about Temperance, and this is kind of how we get anything, whether or not it's love or, you know, the material fulfillment or the emotional fulfillment. We have to hold in one hand this inner knowing that we deserve it and that we can have it and that it's coming. And we have to hold in the other hand this complete surrender and release, thinking that maybe we won't ever, you know. That's kind of like getting to the 9, which is the masculine and the feminine, right? And you can actually stay in the 3, right? Doesn't have to be a no. It doesn't have to be a yes. It's a staying open. It's a staying open. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, there's the Death. All right, any last cards from the tarot? My God, how many times? Let in the truth, guys. Let in the truth. Let in the light. How many times are the same fucking cards gonna come out? Ace of Wands again and the Page of Swords. Close enough. Close a fucking enough. Oh my God. Stop blocking. Stop blocking. Let the fucking light in. Let it the fuck in. That's crazy, dude. Oh, shit. Okay. So they're staying open. Someone is also just like, they're just staying open for something. I think maybe that's what Temperance is, and that's what the Queen is doing. She's like, okay, well, staying open to possibilities. You always have to stay open to possibilities. We never know the future. So you always have to keep checking your pillars. It's just that simple. Moose is self-esteem. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as is buffalo. North represents a place of wisdom. Self-esteem is the medicine of moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in a situation and that recognition or a pat on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness and his desire to share his seed with the moose cow are displays of his sense of self-esteem. The bellow of a male moose can be viewed as a positive force, since it represents his willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness, which only comes with a sense of accomplishment. There's no greater joy than a job well done. This trait is therefore not a seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing. Of sharing! enjoyment of sharing because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. This is the coming out of the gloominess, doom, and the roar. I'll get there. The wisdom woven throughout this scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. Moose is telling us that joy should be shouted with pride. It's the Leo card, pride. Leo energy. The wisdom in doing this shouting is that the joy is catching. In a sense, the bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done. Moose medicine, like, this is the ultimate success after having gone through the dark, after having faced your fears. Once you face your fears at the level of the moon, like, this is you get a huge pat on the back. You get a huge reward. A huge reward from fucking facing your fears. Something ain't done. Someone tries for it to be done and tries for it to be done, but it ain't done. It ain't done. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his worn paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Oh God, I love it. Oh my God, this emperor. Oh, oops. There's someone who's like a gangster. He thinks he's a gangster, or he was, but he's like, Moose medicine is often found in the elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things on their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do. Moose medicine people know what to say and when to say it and to whom. The elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for their calmness they impart on the council. If you are wise beyond your years and have the gift of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and grow. There are many facets to the wisdom of moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have reason to feel good about something you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit you have broken, a completion of some sort, an insight or goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is a time of feeling harmonious pride and of recognizing those who aided you in the process. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down things that you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do. Yeah, wow, this is amazing. So there's also an emperor out there, because I was saying something about someone realizing they wanted kids, with the 3 of Cups. I think there's some masculine out there who's ready to grow up a little bit, and instead of being this badass, participating in the gang, being a gangster, to then actually cleaning up or maturing, deciding to make more mature decisions, and then teach the others, teach the other gang members how to be righteous, teach the kids. This person has a lot of influence. Right? We're talking about my torchbearers here. All of us do. You have the ability of having a lot of influence, but you have to have integrity. So someone is going to do something. That's going to give them a lot of integrity. They're making a choice. I'm also picking up with the gloomness, doom, and the things that we're saying in here. One, the fairies of the future. This is really about noticing what you want and knowing what you want and then pointing yourself towards that. There's been this energy of something, this is exploding energy, Let me see. This is the wrong book.